Yes, we've missed you for these 7 days, but we're happy that we're back here with you on ABS 88.5 FM this Tuesday afternoon. Well, do remember that this program, Tax for Service, is a project in Anambra State, a tax for service project in Anambra State that is spearheaded by the Tax Justice and Governance Platform, TJ and GP, Social and Integral Development Center, SEDEC, technical support from the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, funded by Oxfam. And here we are trying to do something, and that is enhancing the provision of public services in the state through the efficient collection and utilization of taxes to develop programs aimed at providing data on tax policy while sensitizing in the Anambra on their tax obligations and the corresponding services they are entitled to receive from Anambra State government. You know, equal TCG governmental law, that's why we are here. And so today we are delving into a beautiful topic. It's beautiful because when we implement everything that we're going to say here today, it will be a win-win for the people and for the state government. On this program. So the topic is the challenges and prospects for improvements in tax administration in Anambra State. And to talk about this professionally and with experience, we have the chairman of Anambra State Internal Revenue Service, AIRS, Dr. Greg Ezilo. I'm not saying no, sir.
I think when under ABS was no ejima.
I'm ejima.
So I'm making no one and go yes I'm not
Mr. Greg. We have the Executive Director of Social and Integral Development Center, SEDEC. She's also the host, Tax Justice and Governance Platform. Ugochi Ehiahurike, you're welcome as usual.
Thank you very much, Ify. Thank you. Ndebai download one biano kain oriana nogue efifiano akamike Korea basare iye basatara OTC and de kai sigo OTC bogum mepe task for service. Let's promote it today.
All right. Now remember that at some point I gave me wine so that you ask all the questions, make all the suggestions, and then bring the way forward to a better tax environment in Anambra State. But before we, you know, when you're calling in, if you're not making suggestions, questions that we have for you today, what challenges have you encountered with tax administration in Anambra State? And then what improvements would you suggest? Okay, so quickly let's talk about tax administration. You know, and so let's take a look at the tax administration in Anambra State and how it functions. Is it for the people or anti-people? Sir Greg.
Thank you very much for this occasion. And I love every expression you have used here, Utuisi Bogumepe. So, why not?
Yeah.
So, and if a tax is the medicine we need for development, of course it is. Why not take that medicine? Why are we scared about taking that medicine? And you said a win-win situation, and I also love that expression. Yeah. And I want to say that not entirely the fact that people are not willing to pay tax or they are afraid of paying tax. But I think majorly in the past, they are more afraid of methodology for those who are collecting that tax from them. Because just like they used to, they will tell us that police is your friend. And in the real sense of it, police should be your friend. Yeah. But in the acting, is police your friend? That is the question that is before us. When policeman acts, he doesn't act, I'm sorry, some of them, we should be able to see them as a friend in the way and manner they will act before you. Similarly, in tax administration, those who are at the front end, We are at the back end where we design policies and all of that that affect effective tax collection and the efficiency in that process. But the challenge you have always had to do with the non-state actors. Non-state actors. These are people who, let me just use the word deviants. They are deviants, and they constitute the greatest of nuisance in the process of collecting taxes. And let me just use the simple expression people call them touts. Right. So, and they find that some of these people have been challenged in many ways, so psychologically, physiologically, economically as well. And they found no other means of competing with livelihood with those who have economic means of livelihood, but other than now resorting to some of these deviant behaviors, which includes going to mount roadblocks, carrying sticks, and all of that. And then when people see them, they will say is a solid revenue boy. It's not true. It's not true. And that is the challenge we have in tax administration, especially in this side of the state, side of the nation, and it has to do with some of these people who are not even recognized as experts in the process of revenue collection.
Okay.
But one word that they find themselves in that mainstream.
Okay, is it a major challenge?
It's a major challenge.
Touting is a major challenge.
Touting is a major challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, would like to take a look at some of the other challenges that you encounter while administrating taxation in Anambra State.
Okay. Now, in tax, under the tax law, there are two key elements that has to come before the taxpayer: tax evasion and tax avoidance. Okay. And true to that fact, most people don't want to pay tax; they rather want to avoid it, and it's criminal to do so. Okay. So they want to evade it, and to evade tax is criminal. And if you are caught, you're going to be prosecuted and, if possible, go to jail. But avoidance is much more a technical language to use, which has to do with the way and manner you plan your processes, such that the damage, like was canvassed by Lord Dennings of blessed memory, that why the taxman comes to your business with a big shovel to dig into your revenue bag to do as much as he can pack out of your revenue, that you, the taxpayer, should also design the neck of your bag so that damage will not be too devastating to your business. So what that tells you is that you have to do an effective tax planning that I, the tax collector, do not find offensive, and that it will fall within the ambit of the law. So that takes care of that avoidance and collection. But the evasion is where you clearly either you try to confuse the taxman, or you fake documents, you fake your financials, you tell lies, you fabricate all kinds of things before the taxman. And once these things are discovered, it becomes criminal offense, and you can go to jail for that purpose.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I have another question for you on challenges, because basically you've spoken about touting, tax evasion, and all these, but does it mean? Let me hold it there. Let me talk to Ugochi first before we ask you that question. Now, Ugochi, you've heard what he said. You've been in the field researching and then doing your findings. Do you think that out there in the market, Nafia, Digas in Anambra State, that these are problems you've noticed?
Of course, yes.
Tax administration in the state.
Yes, mostly that of touting, or those touts in the major markets. That are the major issues, because when you look at what people say they pay on a daily basis, we've done a documentary that we did with a hidden camera, and another documentary is also coming up. In our documentary, findings were so much. For instance, in some markets in Onitsha, you see some women. Those women that are petty traders paying for ompa, chairman breakfast, 20 naira, chairman and lunch. they pay for umpa, that's the beer that they would take. And when we were interviewing one of those traders, those women traders, we were able to identify 9 items that were not under the law. They were neither levy, rates, or fine.
Can we just see a bit of the 9 items that you discovered?
So, like I said, they were paying for line management. The chairman for the line, 20 naira. This was a documentary that we did some years ago. That's why we want to do another documentary to see what's really on ground right now, going by our reports. They paid for chairman's breakfast. They pay for chairman's lunch. They pay for umpa. They pay for VIP toilet for the chairman. So most we were able
for the chairman, not even for themselves.
Not even for themselves, for the chairman. The market chairman.
Because he didn't be
so that we have a chairman.
No. It's not ARS chairman. It's the market chairman.
Yeah, I know. I know what you're saying.
So the market chairman. So when we were just watching those some of the women we interviewed, even in Ibuku markets, they said that what happened in 1922 about women's riot is going to repeat itself again, where women are going to riot based on the level of collection. And when we see it, we call it multiple taxation by government.
Thank you. That's the question I wanted to ask Dr. Greg.
Yes,
thank you for bringing us back to reality. Now,
but I must correct that impression that it's multiple taxation.
Oh, okay. No, I want to ask you. Are you saying that these are basically the problems that we have in Anambra? Are you ruling out the fact that these women in the market, these men in the market, will feel that they are being double taxed?
Yes.
Have we ruled out? Have we destroyed multiple taxation in Anambra State?
No, I want to also insist that you don't call it multiple. It's not multiple taxation.
What is it called?
These are not legitimate taxes or levies.
They are not legitimate.
Exactly.
They are not from government.
No, they are not from government. These are these people I describe as non-state actors. They are not for us. They are not working for us. You can see what she is saying here from that research that
the chairman is a demigod.
No, who is Ompa for crying out loud? Who is Ompa? Is it a person? Is there an identity?
No, the Ompa is drink.
A kind of drink.
Oh, you see, I don't even know about this. Now look at the chairman's. I'm getting to know these things, and if I got this report, would have acted on it long time.
Okay, we'll share the documentary.
Yes, please, and I would like to share because if you zero in on this chairman of markets now, they would deny flatly. But if you have this evidence, while I assumed the office, somebody I got some people complain, send this Ompa, Obodadigoma, another one again, Opoko, something and all about 4 different receipts. And then
they are receipted.
Yes.
They are giving receipts.
Yeah, they're giving receipts.
From where?
So immediately from these guys, and they mentioned the name of the guy. What's his name again? Dunga, something like that. So I immediately called anti-tout director. I want you to fetch this guy because he was collecting as much as 20,000, 50,000, and all of that. And then when they confirm, you say, go and call Mr. Ludo for me. I said, okay, you will see him today. Then I dispatched the director of anti-tout. Then they were new. So he went immediately and fetched him. I still have the video where he was being dealt with and he named all the people that are his accomplices. So once I get wind of all this, we don't spare them. We just get them and deal with them immediately. Okay? So these are people I call non-state actors. And people mistakenly call them multiple taxation. They are not. Because they are not under the tax laws. Okay. And then the one people used to talk about, which was also consolidated, is the clear tax elements. For example, in the market, you have business premises, you have fire service, you have storage, then you have sanitation. We have consolidated these 4 elements into one single tax we pay only once in a year. We call it general purpose levy. And once you pay it, anybody coming to ask for that again can be criminalized.
That's is it levy?
That one is levy.
That's levy.
That's levy, and
okay.
it's a combined 4 elements of tax that we put together in one, so that nobody you don't have somebody come for fire service, another person come for sanitation, another person come for storage, another person come for whatever.
Environment.
No. So it's just one that you pay, and that's the end of it.
You know, the figure,
yes,
the amount you're expected to pay on this in this consolidated levy.
Yes.
Is it does it vary according to markets?
No. It is one figure across all the markets, 30,000 across all the markets. But if the ones that operate on the streets is 17,500, they pay. Okay. So and once you pay it,
they pay it once and for all?
Once and for all, and only once in a year you pay it.
Okay. Then after that you also pay tax.
Now, coming to the tax, you have what we call personal income tax law, which of course you do know. By the time you get to your payroll here, you see that something has been removed from payroll as personal income tax. And that's legitimate for every adult, anybody earning income is subject to personal income tax. And it's not only from the salary you earn, other earnings you earn from other sources. After you have removed all the cost of earning that income, it's not subject to tax. And that's why every year, every working person need to file annual returns. So from the annual returns, we know what is your legitimate salary from your work employment. You state whether you have you receive dividend. You say whether you have other businesses like you are here at the radio house. You may have some side road business that is earning you income. We also have to know that you have that. And if you set all of that, set how much you earn, we put all of that, remove all the release granted under the tax law, whatever is left, you are taxed on that.
Now, when you pay withholding tax,
yes,
do you also do this at the first
filing? Sorry?
If you pay withholding tax.
Yeah, because withholding tax is supposed to be tax paid on account.
Okay.
Yes. So when you do all your earnings, you remove the withholding tax you paid already on a particular earned income.
Yes, yes.
And then that's whatever is left is your income subject to tax.
Okay.
So, but we are solving that problem. We're coming to solve all of that problem very soon.
Okay, let's talk about touting, because since you said you just ruled out that it's not multiple taxation because it's not from the government.
No, it's not.
It's illegal.
Not. It's illegal.
Let's talk more about this touting. How can one recognize that a man who approaches you to pay one or two levies, that he is fake, he's a tout?
Now,
it's not from government.
What we are doing now at ARS is to use technology to drive all these processes.
Technology?
Yes. And when you have technology excludes it excludes everybody who is not legitimate in that process. Let me give you an example. In those days, under the informal sector, transport, keke, bus shuttle drivers, you see shuttle drivers. You see people holding sticks and nails to stop a shuttle driver to ask him to check his permit status. Right now, I want you to take a casual look at some of these kekes you see. You see a QR code on their screen. So in that QR code, you can use your phone camera to take it and
on the keke. Stickers are now on keke.
Yes,
okay.
A lot of them, about over 60,000 have already embedded on that technology called TransPay. Now, keke driver any rider doesn't need to drive to our office to pay his tax or go to any of our packets to pay his tax, because the system is such that on the dot of the time you are going to pay your levy, they pay every week, the apps will automatically deduct that amount from your account. You'll be sleeping and you receive a message.
You hear the alert.
You hear the alert, get a debit alert, and then a thank you message from ARS for fulfilling your tax obligations. And 2 days to the time you are going to make that payment, it will give you a warning that you have 2 days to fulfill your tax obligations. So you don't need to be told again. Nobody is now going to wait for you on the street. So our compliance officer will only put their camera on the screen and discover that it's just to give them your data from the back end that you're on with your tax obligations, and nobody will disturb you. Okay. So that way, unauthorized, unidentified, all those actors will walk away out of the streets.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Dr. Greg. It's time to open up our lines because people have been calling, but you were talking. I didn't have to cut you off. So, Abonichi Boanyana 0706 538 1320 or 0904-956-0826. I'll repeat, 0904-956-0826. Boy, 0706-538-1320. Remember the questions that we asked you. Go and question go, but then the question from the studio is, what challenges have you encountered with tax administration in Anambra State? Equal tax, we can do so with the Gurunia, Kemwe, Ijokuba tax, in Akwali tax. Then, can the improvements in Choka, Enwe, na honor the equal tax na Anambra State? We have a caller. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello,
good afternoon.
Anambra.
Oh, Dalo so, konye neke ne Anambra. Onye? Okay, Honorable Mark, KBC Apo. Ono. From Onitsha, you're welcome.
I tell you for this year. Someone on the bike, I'm away here. I'm not feeling when I tell him.
Okay.
I'm not feeling where I'm outside.
Honorably, we want to I will do what I know. Thanks a lot for your contribution. Yes, I can talk. You know, make your calls. Jelly to where issues, where problems, it could be solved here because we have the man in charge of AIRS here. Good afternoon and welcome to Tax Service. Go ahead and KBC. Bagam for you. Bagam.
This is Mr. Francis. I'm calling you now from Obuka.
Colonel who?
Yeah, the guest in the studio. Good afternoon, sir.
You're welcome.
What's your name, please?
Well,
If you're man.
the challenge is where, as a result of the south, more blame Runua
Okay.
for that challenge.
Okay.
Why in the that the former government of Anambra State, led by William Biano, used Rundunaku Antonio Atuchozo, Akuchirin the Motozo. We immediately the new government attack all these people and integrate them. There kind of settlement on your guideline or even possible what happens to pay in Nanya Fugu. See knows or cha, then no to a no to a, see no to a bido. Manu Nemeria, when I just but I think new technology while in the Siena to choose, I can Yagune Buha. Clever can well blame Munua, Macadi South and Bukuya. Manaso Citadema, Oka de say so. So, what if you get Munaya by integrating this people back to life? I am very God bless you.
Where's Padanya Fagit?
I said no, Phobike from Ubunka.
Okay, I'll be get also for calling in.
Yes.
But yet to go ni Sizazia Jujugi.
Phobike from Ubunka, Daloso this observation. When I can't call na Mr. Governor Mego Kekarin Kaina Keteku, ni me fa integrate. Amoro me na no makifa na bo one youth, two skills. One youth, two skills. Na makana ena auto tax abro all mark abro all part abro all ndejera akwụkwọ. Na ogo ni ga na it's abuna ga go integrate. Ige jelili if omumu. So now one youth, two skills. Mr. Governor enyego over 5,000 youths empowerment at various levels. Now, how to say so onyanwa enyekwu ye guju ebido only for actually law. So now in kende na ebo bili na have nde just makpono nde ngana because na onye ngana kpuchie ute agu ekpughe enye. So these are people who are just totally indolent people who don't want to be useful to themselves. Nde be useful all abunje imafia na preach one you two skill. I say yes. Na fa mo kwem dey see ma fa Jesus about na one you two. Na fa je go mo afa, dey go fa when they with 500,000, when they with 1 million, you evident ka fa na alo. So one you two skills has gone far and wide to take over what they are suggesting that to integrate out into the tax system. Okay, because tax is the technical discipline
process.
Okay, that requires some training and professionalism to deal with.
All right, so we have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, I think he's there. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. You're on ABS.
Good afternoon.
Good
My
afternoon.
name is
Welcome.
Amalachi. I'm calling from Oka.
Onye?
Amalachi. I'm calling from
Okay,
Oka.
Amarachi. Okay, Amarachi from
Yes,
Oka here.
Amalachi.
Talk. Go
Please,
ahead.
huh?
Go ahead. Talk
But
to
look,
us.
I'm calling from Oka.
Okay.
I
Okay.
heard what the man is still, they said that that's the amount of money that we're supposed to pay is 30,000. While staying in Oka, we are paying 36,400. 400.
36.
So I don't know. 30,400. Then I don't know the actual amount now. Government map out for this. I want the government to come to our aid here.
Okay.
Okay, Amarachi,
Doc.
this is just coming to my knowledge for the first time because we have
Hello?
under rate and all the chairmen of
You
markets.
can drop and listen to him, Amara.
All the chairmen of markets are aware what the rate is. 30,000 is our rate. So, but if there are reasons why that rate has changed, we need to know. We have to know. So, how we
what
going to
will she
investigate?
do now? Because she.
No, I will
an
investigate
askance.
what she has just claimed now to
Okay.
find out what exactly is the matter. Because or she can even come to my office.
Okay.
With this,
Amara, can you hear him?
Can you-
Office, about AIRS office.
Yes, Revenue House is just across the road.
We also have hotlines.
Okay, you can call out the hotline so that at the end of the day we can
Yeah.
continue the conversation.
So we
Ugochi,
can take it off from there.
give out the hotline.
Okay, so this is hotlines to reach out to AIRS through the office of the chairman and his team. So these are the numbers you can call Amashi and others: 07066727750. Another line is
Can you repeat that?
okay, 07066727750. Then another one is 09053234816. 09053234816. Another one also for WhatsApp: 08083066051. 08083066051. Then again, you can also call 08065145344 for further engagement.
Okay, now,
Thank you.
dear Dr. Greg, I know that when you took over office as the chairman of AIRS,
Yeah.
you painstakingly introduced OBET.
Yes.
And you promised us that Aworo will go.
Yes.
Aworo Ghana in
Yeah.
taxation.
Yes.
I would like to tell you that some of these boys are not exhibiting that kind of polished,
They right civility.
I'm telling you, they are not civil in any way.
Yeah.
Because I encountered them one day when I had to call your office.
Yes.
And immediately the guy asked me, you guys asked me to give them the phone.
Yes.
They ran away, all of them. They were about 10 that were in a car and we were going for,
let me also
field trips.
let me also intimate
So-
you that most potentially those people encountered are not true Uber people.
They were wearing OBET uniform.
I have encountered one with even a badge and
They had badges.
and then an ID card.
ID card.
And I took the ID card from him. Oh, just under the bridge here. I called him.
Yeah, in
Someone-
Oka?
yes, yeah, Oka here.
Mine was in,
I was
in Onitsha.
I was going somewhere and I cited the person. This cannot be Ubet. Because I have dethroned some of them once you are not on that your uniform, full regalia, you are not working for Ubet. You see, that was what I took pains to say that to ensure that you must have the trouser and the shirt that designed, because for you to make that attire it should cost about 25 to 50,000 depending on your grade. So, but if you have those who are t-shirt and all of, they can buy that and go and print and put and say they are Uber. Some of them are not. Okay. So I called that one. I took the ID card from him in order to take him from the vehicle I was riding. He took off.
So if somebody encounters these kind of people,
call me.
What's the first? Can these numbers also serve?
Yes, even my number is out there. My number is open 24/7, and I take every call. if anybody says he has called but I didn't take his call, then either the person is not saying the truth, or I have been so much engaged.
Okay.
Sometimes too, like yesterday, I was out on the head bridge. What did I do there? Because we have the press conference I gave last week was on zero cash tolerance.
Zero cash, no. Don't pay anybody cash to anybody.
As I got to head bridge, also all of them. as soon as I alerted from the vehicle and they saw the security, all of them, both bosses from Anambra.
Now, sir, see.
Oh.
You know, the last person, our friend Emmanuel, that asked the question.
Yeah.
Before BK that asked the question, he was actually suggesting that you retrain, absorb those touts, you know, those people that were used as tax agents and all these. And probably that was why you had to train the overt officers.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
So can you just maybe in 1 minute explain to us what overt is and who the officers are?
Now, overt is an acronym, Unified Hybrid Enforcement Team. That's the name of that acronym. Now, it was a team I found when I came in to use it to engage some of the nonsense actors and then train them as professionals. But we have graded courses that I attend to at Uber Center. So, and at a point, you get a certification, just like we also have done in the Uplock segment of our revenue generation too. So we have all certified people that go to the field do collection of taxes. But Uber mainly, their job is to help to enforce compliance
in a civil manner.
In a civil manner, yes.
Thank you, sir. We have a call. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. You could reduce the volume of your radio set. Okay.
I'm Solomon from Nibo, calling from Nibo.
All right, talk to us, Solomon.
Is on the tricycle something. You know, sometimes when we buy, there are some of the riders who are already owing the Soludo people. So maybe when they will not place their cycle on for sale, when you buy it, maybe trying to give it out for somebody. Then you realize that
it's not when the KG government so war.
Yes, already.
Why? Yeah,
they already owing, maybe you see some of the tickets they will stay for sale. Don't know that they are already owing. If you now buy, trying to put the ticket on the road, you discover when you go to check if there is, I mean, to make a registration for Soludo distance, you discover that they have already registered and they are already owing the government.
Okay.
So I don't know what are they going to do. And when you look at that, some of them are owing up to 60-something, it's something thousand.
Wow.
So
okay.
You gave me a solution to that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, clear. Now, I think the problem was that they started counting for them at the point of registration.
Yes.
I register or man on account regularly, but probably he wasn't using the KK. So also,
no, you see, I don't know. What we have done now is, like I said, the riders, their systems are tracked, and because it's a track, it has a device we call Flex system. So if you walk, it will track you.
Okay.
And at the point of payment, you pay. So if you don't pay, you can't even move out again. So because it will flag you.
From your tracking system, you know that the KK was on the road.
Exactly. We see the KK that this KK is working. Okay. So you can't even come and tell us it didn't work. But that's even what inspired me to design that system from day one. Because people will come and tell you, my asset is in the mechanic. For 2 weeks, I didn't work, and I came now, they told me I'm owing. We have no way of proving that your keke was in the mechanic. Somebody came and said that his son died, and for 2 weeks he didn't work. He was doing burial, and when he came out, they got him. And I said they should go and get me his ledger from the system. And they got his ledger, and I found that he was really owing 60,000. Then I was acting chairman. And I told him, I have no powers to waive your tax, but I will pay this money for you. But if they catch you again, you're going to pay. And I paid that money for him, and he left. It was then I now said, look, something must be done, so that if you walk, we know you're walking. If you're not walking, we know you're not walking.
Exactly.
And that is how it is now. So this guy now that is saying this, probably this has been accumulated from the time the old system was running. And some of them, there are a lot of fakes, there are a lot of things they do over there, if I tell you, mind-boggling. Some group of riders might use just only one plate number to be paying.
One plate number?
Yes, one plate number.
Plate.
One plate number to pay. Well, some would remove their plate number and tell you it's damaged and all of. So within the two, there are a lot of
sharp practices
around them.
Okay.
So, but this technology now will solve that problem.
Okay.
Because we tie every vehicle to your chassis number and to your plate number. So if it doesn't match, then there's a problem we'll get you.
All right. Our friend, I don't know if you heard what he said. The line just went off, but you can call back or call the numbers for further clarification. We have another call, and that should be the last call for today. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and welcome. Your name and location, please. Now, when you told me
Afam Sunday.
Kebe Sunday Sapo. Hello?
Sunday Oboji.
Oboji. Wasa na ti onu ni ha na ekwu.
Okay. Ike ku
Eh.
Wala na yin neku.
Anyị na-anụ.
O mo sin dire blog. Ya mo putali shi agwata. Okun na yin neku.
Ijele ekwula ọbịa gwakwo na anyị nwere time o Sonny.
Aga m ekwuru ọbịa. O putali shi agwata.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, Sunday kwuru na ka ndị ọzọ tinye ọnụ.
Hello?
Okay. Call back again Sunday. All right, before we go, because we have just about 2 minutes to leave on this show, how time flies, you know. So, when people don't pay their tax,
Yes.
what's the implication
Oh.
on the citizens?
Is it on the citizen or the person who does not pay tax?
Will the person
Okay, I think
who
it's a
didn't
dual
pay,
something.
and then generally on development in the state?
Yeah, of course. If you don't pay your taxes, it's in a two easy development.
yes
Mm, okay.
So, you can't develop.
Yeah.
So that's taking it in a sweep. But the only have to do it easy.
What are the punishments?
The law is not smiling at the person. Number one is that if it's a due process thing. Mm-hmm. We first give you that invitation. You come. If you don't come, we give you a BOJ, which is what I like. I give you even if it's the tax is 10 naira, I can say it's 20 naira or 30 naira, and then you don't come. The next thing I'm going to do is to do that BOJ, give you a penalty of 10%, and then interest of 21% for every other day that money is not paid.
Just like FIR or
exactly. So we're a subnational. It's a mirror of that.
Wow.
So and if the moment you continue to stay, and we'll give you 7 days notice for you to make that payment. If you don't pay, the law also allows ARS to go and seal your business premises and then recover. The law even allows us to even auction your property.
Get auction.
Yes, and then recover our revenue.
Okay.
So one man cannot hold down the development of a society. No, the law does not allow that. Even though the law is also lenient on the part of it, because the law has provided you some avenues, legal process to also argue your case, including the fact that yes, this is what is levied. Can I pay instrumentally? The law allows that.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We'll go to just one liner as we leave for today.
All right, so one line item is for us to pay attention. For us, I think the good news is here. The good news is that no more cash payments. That's for me is a very good news, because of time I would have just loved to share an experience I encountered one of the days I went to a salon to make my hair. I was just sleeping because it was not my turn. So people trooped into that shop and they were now asking them for money. You pay us, you are owing us, you are here to collect your tax, you are here to collect your environmental levy, sanitation, aswama. Oh my God, they were just listing a whole lot of things that I know is not for those people that came. So when they were not dragging the amount that should be paid, they say 50,000, these people were not pricing, they were bargaining prices, and I was just there sleeping. I just woke up, I was like, what's going on here? They say, madam, what's your own? Can't you shut up? I was like, what are you talking about? That was December. I said that government came up with a policy that you don't pay cash. Do you know what happened finally? They now asked me, what's your business here? Madam, shut up. I said, you say I should shut up. I said, okay, no problem. This is Nnewi. Let me call the Commissioner of Commerce and Industry. He's from Nnewi here. Let me start with your brother. When I called Mr. Commissioner said, please, Ugochi, please give me the details right now. They said that, madam, has not gotten to this point. I said, no, let me call your director. You see, you were sent by the director of Commerce and Industry. They said, yes, let me call your director. The moment I called director, the director did not know the phone was on speaker. The director was like, do you know who is that person? Leave that place immediately. Who asked you to collect cash? Get away from that place.
I was even hoping that you would say he was arrested. Thank you very much, Ugochi Ihahike, the Executive Director of CDEC. Thanks for joining us on today's edition.
Thank you, Ify. Thank you, our callers out there. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for honoring our own invitation.
And she has already said thank you to Dr. Greg Ezilo, Chairman, Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Ify, and thank you.
We want to thank all. It's a multi-level, support from different people. We have CISLAC, we have Oxfam, we have CDEC, and we have TJ and GP. My name is Ify Onachukwu. We'll see you again next Tuesday at 2 p.m. For now, we're out of here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay, sir.